Mean, was that not funky or what? Let me make sure this music is down before it just drops in again. Got the little bump going. I love it. It's Twitchy Tuesday. We are here. And now that eclipse season has passed, it is time for some post eclipse conversations. And this week is chocked full of them. The theme of this week is boundaries, and we're going to be talking all about that and checking in with where you're spending your time. You've joined Twitchy Tuesdays. We are here thriving live once per week, getting into the groove, getting into the funk, talking astrology, pulling some tarot, and you will want to keep watching as we tap into those themes and the pure potential of this week with the cards. And I've got a deck here, y'all, that I haven't used in years. I don't know if I've ever used this in a live reading or in a reading before, but it's what wanted to come out. So I'm excited to share that with you. Before we get into all of the goodness, let me go ahead and clear space. We do it every show, get that out of the way, and then we can get into the good stuff, which is this boundary conversation and where you're spending your time. And we got a lot to say. Hopefully everybody is doing okay out there after this eclipse. Having a great day. I spilled coffee on myself twice. Coming into money, it's such a blessing. I'm super excited about that. And had a change up of routine today. Thank you, Uranus. So we'll get into that. So clearing space, obviously this one, right and left, this one right here. We have a Q2 YouTube goal out here of 1,000 subs on YouTube, 100 followers on Twitch, and we are looking to grow this channel and its offerings. You know, like getting solar fires. So that way we can pull amazing charts and have access to a bunch of celebrity charts without having to go do a bunch of back work for it. And that's what we're doing here. We are growing. We are growing. We are up. We are up to 249. That is more than last week. That is a lot more than last week. So yay. Thank you everybody for subscribing. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to do so because You'll want to next Tuesday, next Twitchy Tuesdays. I will be traveling. So we will be doing a special Twitchy Tuesdays, just like we did the last time I had to travel over the weekend. And you'll want to make sure you're subscribed and followed with alerts on. So that way, when I go live, you can be there live with me because this week we have a lot going on with these conversations, with these boundaries. But next week is an entire energy shift. We have Jupiter ingressing into Taurus. So you will absolutely want to check that out. Be live with me. So you'll know when I go live if you are subscribed and followed. Additionally, we also added a new segment on Twitchy Tuesdays called Astrology IRL, Astrology in Real Life, where we highlight how the cosmic energy of the planets can play out in our daily lives. The astrology was hitting something strong today between Tucker Carlson announcing that he's going to do his show on Twitter, Adidas wondering what to do with the plethora of Yeezys. So you'll want to check out that series. It's really fun. They're quick little hit videos on astrology IRL. So you can check that out now live on YouTube. And if you are looking for more astrology info, you can join Moni and I over at Red Pill Astrology and our monthly daily dose capsule, which is in WhatsApp, where you get 2 minds instead of 1. All of that can be found in the About Me section. All right, we're getting into it. We're getting into the good. We're getting into the astrology. We're going to get into the tarot. And we're going to first just start talking about these boundaries and where this time is being spent. Where are you spending your time? Before I get into the cards to help us with the transits for this week, really the overall theme of this week, this is post-eclipse. And what I really honed in on as the overall theme of this week is, where is your time being spent? And is it truly in your best interest? So that is where we are at. And then how do you set appropriate boundaries through that theme, through where this time is being spent, through the best interest of your time and your space and your energy? And how do we set those healthy boundaries around it? And this really gets broken up into, the eclipse was an intense ending energy with it being the final eclipse in Scorpio. And a lot of things could have been ending, a lot of things could have been opening up. No matter which way that happened, whatever change is occurring in your life right now, habits are going to have to be changed along with it. So, for example, if this eclipse brought in a brand new partnership, a brand new relationship, let's just call that romantic because the romance theme is coming out this Twitchy Tuesdays. So let's call it a romantic relationship. But you're also working on your business. You're also working on your solopreneurship. You're also working on X, right? Whatever the additional thing is. How is a new relationship going to have to change your habits? Because now you've got to enter in and factor in more time. Where's your time being spent? And is it in your best interest? And if it's not, how do you navigate that? How do you work through that? So changing of habits based on the changes you're going through. And even if this eclipse, let's say, didn't completely change your whole world, but it's changing the world around you. Maybe your family member is going through something. Maybe a best friend is going through something. Maybe your partner is going through something. Maybe just the location that you're in is going through something. As the world changes around you, as the world is going through something, how do your habits need to change based upon that? So an example of that would be, let's say, we're going to talk about Uranus. Look, Uranus in Taurus, Sun conjunct today. It happened today. Energy live today. And, Uranus has done, especially with that Saturn mixture, has done quite a few things when it comes to supply chain and being able to get certain items. So, for example, we had that baby formula shortage last year. So how did your habits, if you were, let's say, you were a parent, you had a baby that you were feeding formula to, how did your habits have to change around what the world is going through, which is a baby formula shortage. So, another way to look at those things, whether it's that personal, you're going through something, or whether it's around you. And a lot of this all starts with what you consume. This was the other download that I got really heavy is what are you consuming? Because that is where more than likely you're spending a lot of your time or your mental energy. Mercury is in retrograde in Taurus. He is slow. This whole year is Earth sign retrogrades. And while I get it, he's going to be in one of his home signs, it is still Earth energy. So there is a pause. There is a little bit of grounding that needs to happen. It's a little bit slower than if he was in air or fire. And even, quite frankly, a little bit of water, depending upon which water he's in. So it all kind of starts with what you're consuming, because what you consume matters. Shopping, media, socials, friends, family, work, Twitchy Tuesdays, even this. This is something that you are consuming. Are you in a space where what you consume empowers you? Where you're spending your time in consumption empowers you? When triggered, how are you reacting? Because sometimes, and I know this is true for me, I'm actually going to start pulling some cards here. I know this is true for me as well, is sometimes when I'm going through and what I'm consuming, whether that's reading it on social media, whether that's watching a YouTube video, whether that's even watching a show, though things can come into my purview and I'm like, whoa, I wasn't ready for that. Hold on. Let me take a beat. Let me take a moment. But that is all time. That is all energy to do all of that. So when triggered, how are you able to react? So finish shuffling these. We are good. Let's see what kind of cards pop out as we continue to talk through this conversation. So are you able to listen to others' perspectives? Because a lot of what gets triggered is somebody said something, or somebody did something, or somebody had this on their feed. Are you able to listen to others' perspectives and know that you can have a different perspective than them and still enjoy their company? Still not like immediately unfollow. And maybe you do need to unfollow right away. Ooh, let's see what popped out with that. The Chariot. The Chariot. What changes quickly? What are you changing very quickly here? Right? When you have these other perspectives that come in, when you are triggered, how are you reacting? How are you moving forward? How are you taking that? And this isn't something like, again, quick Chariot moving energy. These are instantaneous reactions. This is that instant combustion. This is not the, okay, let me sit and think about that. As we begin to move forward, the timelines are moving forward quicker and quicker and quicker. Also Chariot energy. And as we continue to have these openings, have this more forward movement, Venus and Mars headed into Leo. And as we begin to kind of continue to have that energy and that action pushed forward, things get very quick. So how are you reacting in that moment, in that split second? There is, for this week, another really high key point. There is only Pluto and the moon in air. So there are no other planets transiting air signs right now, only Pluto and the moon in air. So, whoa. Oh, Hermit came out. So let's see. So if Pluto and the moon are in air this week, so it's more about what does the themes or the things that you consume do for you? And that is a introspective question with the Hermit. You are going to need to go in and figure out those answers, right? How you need to, like, these are the questions that are being posed this week that are, as the sun conjuncts Uranus today, that could be shaken up, that could be something like this gets brought into your mind or into your presence, and you're like, oh, I need to think about that. but don't take too long. This is, again, Hermit energy likes to take a little bit of time, but with the Hermit and the Chariot, think about it, internalize it, react, right? Go forward, take action. Chariot and Hermit together. It's that balance. It's being able to feminine into it and then masculine action based. What are you going to do about that? The other question that came up is, where does it loosen your power? So as Pluto and the moon are in these air signs this week, and these things like, what are these, thinking through what these things and what you're consuming, where your time is being spent, how better boundaries you need to have, where are you losing with the Pluto influence? Where are you losing your power by not doing that? And that can be a great way. Again, we talk a lot about values. We've talked a lot about the Queen of Cups. We've talked a lot about through Venus's, and through Mars and Gemini and all of this through this first half of the year, reassessing those value systems, really getting deep. This is a Taurian heavy next couple of weeks. There is a lot of energy focused on Taurus. And it's getting back into what serves you. Where does things happen? What do you know as the Queen of Cups? What do you know and feel the most strongly about? And that is your filter. So when Pluto is asking, and this moon in air is asking you to think about, how do your boundaries need to be set? How do your habits need to change? How are you reacting when things happen? How is this losing your power? You can go back to your values and check in with them. You can go back to this Queen of Cups and check in with her. How is this happening? All right. Where am I losing my ability to stand in my values? Where am I losing my ability to continue on with my goals? Where am I losing my ability and my power to bring forward the things that I know I want to bring forward into this world? My destiny, my path. Welcome to the week. That's where we're at. So let's talk about the astrology. I am actually going to change to the full card screen. Whoop, just a little, had a little there. I'm going to go to the full card screen because we are going to start talking about the astrology, and this is going to be a live reading while talking about the astrology. That's how they wanted it to come out. And then at the very end, I have the Whispers of Love deck, as well as, again, this is the deck that I haven't used in years, but it wanted to come out today. The Romance Angels Oracle card. And I know it's because Venus is in Cancer here. I know it's because she's skinny dipping with her Mars, the lover. And there's this richness of romance in the air, and being able to really hone in on those lovely things in life, especially with all of this Taurus energy. So we'll get guidance from these two decks at the end after we talk about the astrology. And of course, as always, all of the decks are already in the description box. Let me move these over here. All right, we got just this good funk in the background, getting it. I don't know if y'all can hear it. I think it's loud enough that you guys can hear it. Eight of Wands just showed its face, so we snappy today. We snappy with this energy. This week already is starting off, moving forward. All right. Let me put this around so that way it doesn't interfere with the cards. And let's start with the astrology. So today we had the Uranus Cazimi. So the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus. That happened at 18 degrees, 56 minutes of Taurus. And this is the once a year transit. So the Sun and Uranus meet up once a year, wherever Uranus is at. And for the last little bit, it has been in Taurus. And this is where Uranus gets to go into the heart of the Sun, into that blinding white light of the Sun, get cleansed, get purified, get the downloads that it needs to get, shake the shit up that it needs to shake up, and then move forward. It gets to go out into the universe and continue to do its work. Eight of Pentacles just dropped. Continue to do its work. Continue to do all of those things necessary. And I love that it's the Eight of Pentacles, because I've always felt the Eight of Pentacles is such a Taurian type of card. Taurian and Virgo, right? It's really strongly associated with the work that we do to get the material things that we need in life. It does take skill. It takes the work. The skill comes from that Three of Pentacles. At the Eight of Pentacles, we've kind of perfected those skills. We know the direction we're going. We've made Seven Pentacles. We're working on our eighth right there. So there is this ability to, you know, this Taurian theme that even though as things are changing, as things are working around you, you still have the skills necessary to create in this world, to plant those seeds, to get to your manifestations, to get to your abundance. You still have the ability to get that in. And this is really about what is happening with the Taurus things. Uranus has been significantly working with the Taurinian. I think that's a word. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. The Taurus things in our life, our money, our stability, our basic needs. It's been a really big thing with Saturn and Uranus as they've gone through their squares over the last year about basic needs. So what is happening with those things right now as Uranus gets into the sun and he's like, hey, look, my job is to point out where shit ain't right. My job is to not just point it out, but to make it, with the Ten of Wands, abundantly fucking clear where you need to be and the action that you need to be taking. I'm dropping all of these 10 wands on you. Look, this guy, he's like struggle city trying to carry this into this village. Struggle city. But it's his job. He's got to do it. That's the thing with Uranus transits. Uranus is like, we'll put it down. We'll put all of this shit down. You've got to do this. Nobody else can carry these 10 sticks but you. That's it. End of story. And by the way, you're on a timeline. By the way, time's a wasted. By the way, you ain't got, this has to go today. It's moving today. And then we have the Six of Pentacles coming out. And this is like aligning wherever that Taurus energy is for you, wherever that aligns within your natal house. So you want to look at your natal chart, look at the house that Taurus is pinging, or houses, depending upon how you read your natal chart and what astrology system you use. But I really got this in, really clear image that whatever is being changed with the Six of Pentacles in your life, whatever Uranus conjunct the sun is changing for you, it's stability for the better. It's balanced stability. It's something that, while it's a challenge to carry these 10 rods, you can fucking do it. You can do it because you've already done it, right? He's already carrying it. He's just got to continue. He's got to persevere. Gotta persevere. Gotta continue to go down that direction and that path. Because what is coming, it's the stability for the better. This is setting you up for success, not just success for you, but success for others as well. And you may not see it yet. Look again at this 10. Look at this Eight of Pentacles. He's not paying attention to anything else that's going around him. This 10 of Wands can't see beyond his rods. He is looking down, making sure he's not going to like trip over something and drop all of these sticks everywhere. The only person in these cards that is looking anywhere other than down is the Six of Pentacles. He's looking at somebody else. He's looking at what is going on around him. So you have to get through. You've got to get through the changes. So that way you can see it's on the other side of all of that. And that's also Sun conjunct Uranus and Taurus, right? This is the Cazimi. Uranus can be temporarily blinded from being at the center heart of the sun. There's not a lot of clarity at that moment. But as Uranus and the sun begin to separate, as this aspect begins to move past, that clarity will be there. And then do you see it? Okay, I see that now. Okay, but again, where are you spending your time? What are you consuming? Because could any of those things block your vision, block you from seeing what is happening right now? What is being shaken up for you? One of the other themes that I got is how are you seen in the world, or how you see yourself in the world may also come up during this aspect. Again, it's for the day. The sun moves on quite quickly. But over the next day or two, that could be something. Page of Cups. Yeah, this youthful. How are you being seen in this world, and how do you feel about that? Is it an immature energy? Is it a matured energy that is getting more mature as a page goes to a knight, goes to a king? Is how you're showing up, is that what you want? Right? We go back to how are you consuming? The things that you consume, you probably become, especially when it comes to things like food and things like that. Like anything like that, that can all be how you begin to perceive yourself and how the world begins to perceive you. So, what type of boundaries do you need to set in that area? Additionally, last little thing here. Oop, strength. I love it because this is what I'm about to say. Getting comfortable takes work, and it takes being uncomfortable first. Strength. Be willing to do it. Be willing to do the work. Have confidence. Have that courage. Have that tenacity. Have that go and get it. You will get comfortable. You will get comfortable, right? This Eight of Pentacles didn't just know how to create a pentacle. It had to learn. It had to be uncomfortable first, take action to get comfortable. It had to know that it has the capabilities to do so. All right. So that is the 9th, and then we are headed to the 10th. So Venus in Cancer on the 10th will sextile the North Node in Taurus at 3 degrees 56 minutes. Oh, cards down. Well, we might have to go take a break, go pick up them cards, just an FYI. So we gonna rock on right now. We're gonna rock on with what we got. Venus in Cancer, sextile the North Node in Taurus, 3 degrees, 56 minutes. This is now the check-in for what's being set into motion towards your destiny. Venus gets her check-in here. She's in the early degrees of Cancer, and it's really as she's checking in with the North Node of Destiny of where she's going. 10 of Cups just dropped of where she's going. It's the North Node in Taurus. This eclipse season set things into motion. Things are already moving. Yeah, 10 of Cups and the Fool dropped. Things are already moving. You're already on your journey. You are already taking that path. Change is here. And Chariot. And it's quick. And if it hasn't come yet, what are you consuming? Where's your time being spent? What clarity do you need to get? What boundaries do you need? Because the Chariot popped out again. It is moving. It's going to come and it's going to leave. It's moving. And what Venus is going to get on the 10th from the North Node is going to carry her through Cancer. She is going to be able, whatever this new journey is, whatever is coming in quickly, whatever this full, like, emotional abundance, full love, full light, full happiness here, whatever this is bringing, it feels really good. I can tell you that. It feels really, really good. She is going to be able to nurture it in Cancer. She's at 3 degrees. She's got time, right? She's got a little, we're into June when she gets into Leo. So she has time to nurture this dream while still knowing her action as the Chariot is to nurture this dream in Cancer. And then what she will do is she will take it and implement it, take action in Leo. So don't, like, again, these are all these post-eclipse conversations. Don't lose sight of all of these conversations. because it's here, it's moving, it's ready. And there are things that are going to continue to build just as they always do on top of each other. And this is one of those moments with this Venus and Cancer sextiling the North Node. And all of this is towards that long term future that you have been talking through, you have been working with, and we have been talking through and working with as we have been going through this year. All right. I'm gonna unplug for one moment. Let me go get the rest of these cards. Hold, please. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Whew. All right, look at how much got dropped. Let's take a look at these. All right, I'm not gonna look at those. We're just gonna, okay, it told me to look at the bottom card. Page of Cups came back out. All right, let's see what actually flipped up when all the things happened. So we got the Six of Pentacles again. So we're getting repeat cards. Love that when that happens. Message incoming and clear. We have Six of Pentacles, the Emperor. We have the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So when that happened, we were just about ready to talk about Venus Cancer sextiling the North Node, moving out. Let me see what messages are coming in. It's more of like this continuation of this story of like what is coming afterwards, what is coming like through this week. Once you're here, once you're grounded in this Six of Pentacles where you're feeling the movement, you know you've got your balance here, you know you can like, okay, the relationships that I'm working on, the relationship between what I consume, how that's taking my power, time, boundaries. Once all of that is kind of configured, I mean, the Emperor shows up. This is playtime. This is full. They can play with you up here because the Emperor is that 5D card. They can play with you up here. Look, between this Seven of Swords sits the Emperor and the Ace of Cups. Both gifts from the universe, right? There can be more opening, especially when we get to next week where we have Jupiter headed into Taurus, ingressing into Taurus, Mars into Leo. Wait, that might not be next week. That might be the week after. Anyways, still, as this energy builds, this Emperor and this Ace of Cups is coming in. It can give you things. It can open new things. It can show you where to take action. It can be that, like, again, with the Chariot, that push forward to really expand yourself and know that you can do it. And know that whatever you are leaving behind, whatever you're taking with you, again, this to me is that clear indication again of that continual work of where is your time being best spent? What boundaries do you need to set? And what habits are you changing as this week moves forward, as we move into these new energies? And it's okay to look with this Seven of Swords. It's okay to leave some swords behind. It's okay to take some swords with you. It's okay once you go bring those swords somewhere to go back and get the other two. It's okay to take this. It's okay to leave this one. All of this is where you're kind of really figuring it out. But in between these, right, it's like, I've got a good idea. I know where I want to go in my Taurian house, in my Taurian themes. I know what power that's going to give me. And I know what I can do with what the universe brings in. And I can take these actions and I can get really clear with myself on what I need and what I don't. All right. Obviously, they wanted more messages. All right, now we are headed to the 12th. And that is when Mercury retrograde in Taurus is going to sextile Saturn in Pisces at 6 degrees 9 minutes. On the same day, so this is the 12th, Venus in Cancer will sextile Mercury retrograde in Taurus at 6 degrees. So we've got two sextiles. There is a bunch of sextiles this week. And with Mercury retrograde sextiling Saturn, and Venus with Mercury retrograde is this could be a lot about after all of these things have changed after, you know, all of this eclipse energy, and after you're like already kind of doing the work necessary, things could be coming back around on the 12th to be cleared based on your boundaries now, not based on prior eclipse boundaries that you are instituting now. What are you going to do about that? So this is where it gets really fun, because as you begin to do your work, whoa, okay, I know I want this one. As you begin to do your work, Knight of Wands, take action on the things that you need to take action on. You get this wonderful, through these energies, you get this wonderful opportunity to see how you have grown. And how do we do that? We do that through action and tests and things that come back around to be cleared, right? We do that through standing in our power, standing in what we said we wanted, what we said we were going to do, and actually executing on that. Holding yourself accountable, holding others accountable, holding your boundaries steady, holding what your habits steady, continuing to do the things that you need to do, no matter how difficult that may seem. And as we begin to do that, yes, the universe is going to come back and say, hi, you said you wanted this. Here you go. You said you have changed. You said this is your new value system. You said these are your new boundaries. Here you go. What are you going to do now? Additionally, there's this ability too with Venus sextiling Mercury and Taurus, and with Saturn, you know, in this conversation, because even though they don't happen obviously at the exact same moment, they happen 9 arc minutes later. Saturn is still very much within this conversation and very much within influence. So there's a lot about what you've been creating, and that's that Mercury and Taurus, right? He's giving us this opportunity to reassess on and focus, because it's fixed, focus on the work that we have been, what we have been doing over the last couple of months. And Venus in Cancer and this Saturn in Pisces, which is that water, is going to show like where things are still wishy-washy, where things are still not on solid ground, right? Where things still need to be adjusted, where they still need to be cleared, the Four of Swords, where they still need, and this could come, maybe it's not something that is because of the water influence, maybe it's not something that is present right away. It's not something that is clear in like waking hours, but might be, especially with this Four of Swords, might be more clear in dreams. It could be downloads that you're getting. It could be like this, got it. Thank you for that. But whatever is still wishy-washy on what you're doing, this is a great time to finish those things, to clear them out, to tie them off. Don't allow them to continue to, again, be here, be with this Four of Swords, be in this state of tension, this state of like, not done yet, right? It's energetically, again, what are you consuming? Where are you spending your time? What boundaries are you setting? It's like a perfect example of this is having, I just had it and I lost it. I was going to say taxes, like having your taxes undone here in America, right? That is going to be an energetic weight that you don't want to carry forward. Go and get it done. If you like, here's a perfect personal example. I need to go get my passport changed. And while I can still use the passport I have, I need to just change my last name on it. It's been sitting literally on my energetic untied list for months now. And again, it's not affecting my ability to use my passport, but it is something that's on my list. I need to go get those cleared. And this is the perfect week to do that. Perfect week to do that. So y'all can hold me accountable. Y'all can hold me accountable for that. I'll see where I'm at after this, after Twitchy Tuesday. Maybe I'll do it on Friday. Look, making moves, making changes already. All right, let's head over to the 13th, where Venus in Cancer gets her time to trine Saturn in Pisces. So remember, I just talked about Saturn still has a lot of influence, and it's going to be Saturn will have this influence over Venus for 2 days, right? We're now into another day, but really, I will tell you that Saturn's influence over this week is felt all week long. That's the boundaries thing. That's where that came from. So what I love about Venus in Cancer trining Saturn in Pisces is Mars is also in Cancer. Now Mars is at the latter degrees of Cancer, but there's still co-presence in the Cancerian signs. So there's a lot of balance in Cancer right now. Whatever the area of your natal chart Cancer is in, there is a beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energy in that sign. And there can be, wherever this is pinging in your natal chart, there can be these new boundaries with Saturn in this picture. But, really, I'm getting the word soft, like these new boundaries that you're setting. It's not a sword sort of energy, right? It's not that cutting, like that shit's got to go now. It's more you're able to emotional maturity within the boundaries that you're setting. So there is this space where you do get to think about, okay, I know I need to set boundaries. You're able to do that in a healthy way for yourself, in a healthy way for others, that preserves that emotional maturity that Mars has been going through over since the middle of last year. So a lot of this to me has a lot to do. You can see here's our 4th house ruler. Cancer rules the 4th house, even though this may not be where it is in your natal chart. We have home life, siblings, family, and parents. A lot of this could be in those areas. So setting boundaries with the relationships in your life, especially the home life, especially partners, siblings, family, parents, based on what you are doing in your life. So this is where we start to bridge all of this movement forward into how we personally work with it. So here I am going to be setting boundaries with relationships. There's that Venus theme based on what I want to do in my life, which is all what we have been working on. All of the self-mastery that we have done. Please have strength. Strength just coming down. Please have strength. Because I was just about to say, look, strength is coming right as I'm about to say what I'm going to say. It's like just icing on the cake. Focus on what serves you. Have the strength to focus in on what is serving you, what your values are, what you're aligned to, what you're doing. And have the strength to set the boundaries appropriately around that. All right, moving on. We've got 2 more days. We are moving on to the 14th. This is where Mercury stations direct. So not out of his shadow, obviously, but he is stationing direct. He will station at 5 degrees, 51 minutes of Taurus. He will be sextiling Venus and Saturn. So again, here is more of that full week of energy of Saturn. Saturn in Pisces, Venus in Cancer. He's going to be sextiling them, and he will be conjunct the North Node with his stations. This is also going to be, and we've said this before, but always nice to be prepared. He will also, this is the exact same area that Jupiter is going to be retrograde in later in this year. So hopefully the Page of Wands, Mercury has been working with you in a very direct, it's seen. Right? That's what I love about the Page of Wands. Like, look, he's so proud. It's like pomp and circumstance, right? It's like, let me puff my chest out. Let me show you. The Page of Wands always reminds me of the Royal Guard at Buckingham Palace, the guards the King's Guard with, I think it's the King's Guard. I just watched a TikTok about this, so I hope I'm saying it right. The King's Guard with the black hats. Um, it's just it's this pride, and hopefully Mercury's, as he's retrograded, has been able to give you through the reason life, this reassessment, this re-looking, this re-evaluation that he's been helping you with in what you're doing for the long term, in what you're moving forward with, and what you're bringing into the world. Hopefully he's been giving you this sense of pride with that. So the one thing that I love about this, and why I talked about Jupiter, was Mercury is going to be supporting Jupiter. So as Jupiter gets into Taurus, Mercury is going to be, he's like setting that stage, right? He's creating the pathway that Jupiter is going to follow. And when that happens, Two of Cups has been coming out. We had that the last time too. That would have been last week. Here's some more. So, oh yay. Okay. So, Mercury retrograde, stationing direct. Okay, gotcha. So, when Jupiter gets in, this is this energy right here. The Two of Cups, the Page of Wands, right? We just talked about that pomp and circumstance. There's going to be a boost of acceleration. There's going to be a widening of perspectives and details that Mercury right now, as he is retrograde, can't get to. 5 of Pentacles and 4 of Swords. He doesn't have clarity right now. His clarity is in the re-things. His clarity is coming in dreams. There's a lot right now that can't be seen with this 5 of Pentacles and this 4 of Swords. There's not a lot that can be seen. There is absolutely not a lot that can be explained right now. You probably know what the changes are, but there's no way to know how in the future that is going to play out for you. What you have to do, again, is those daily steps, the daily check-ins, the habits that you're doing, the time that you're spending, what you're consuming, making sure you're making decisions based on your values, and making sure that you're pushing. It's that growth mindset. This 5-pound growth mindset. It is not growth mindset in any way, shape, or form. And this is where this like Mercury retrograde in Taurus got a little sticky. I'm feeling like the 5 of Pentacles right now. I'm feeling like change is upon me, and I'm feeling like I don't have the skills, the knowledge, the know-how, the resources. Like I'm a pauper. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to live in this realm. I'm not sure what, again, I had to get uncomfortable, and I'm still in this 4 of Swords. It's still not clear, but it's going to be. That's part of Mercury's role, personal planet. It's part of his role to get us, especially in these earth signs, to slow down, to think through. Is this dismal 5 of Pentacles and 4 of Swords? Is this dismal moment? Like, is it really all that it seemed? Like, now that you can, like, look back, do that reassessment, look back. Because this might have felt really shitty while it was happening, but afterwards, was it really shitty? What can you take out of it? What things can you learn from it? Page of Wands, 2 of Cups. How can you sort through it all? How can you find the pride in what you've been through? Use it. Find the balance. Find the harmony. Find the gratitude. And all of this is on destiny. It's on purpose. You are on purpose. That is that North Node. And that is really digging in as it finalizes its time in the Taurus Scorpio axis. North Node, South Node. All right. So last transit, and then we'll get to some guidance for this week. we have on the 15th, Mars in Cancer, trining Neptune in Pisces at 27 degrees, 7 minutes. So let me clear this. So Mars in Cancer, we've got 27. He's almost done. He went on a journey. He is basking. I always look at this and always think at this pool like this is water right here. I've interpreted it that way twice now. I'm rolling with it because Mars is in Cancer. And it's like he is just, look at how fucking excited this fool is. Like he is just basking up in the sunshine, getting that water. I just see him as like standing on a rock with like ocean waves just like crashing on his feet. And he's just loving every minute of it because he is now appreciative. He can now appreciate that water. Yeah, we know Mars and Cancer is not, that's not it. That's not the exaltation that Mars is looking for. But since his time in Gemini, since he's gone through what he's gone through, he has been able to appreciate, to find the gratitude, to be able to own. And now he gets to trine. He gets to trine Neptune, work with Neptune, give homage to Neptune, to the ocean, to say, and Pisces, to say, I see, feel, and hear you. And I appreciate what you do for us, for me as a personal planet, for the action that I need to take. Because Neptune in Pisces, yeah, there can be this unclarity or just like this escapism, this dreamy sort of energy. But Mars in Cancer can interpret the water now. He's figured that out. He can interpret the water now and figure out what Neptune in Pisces is really trying to say. And then Mars in Cancer can go, I know what to do with that. I know how to make that Five of Wands. I know how to make that into reality. I know what action I need to take for Neptune in Pisces and what you're giving me. I know how to take that to Leo, Wheel of Fortune, change the wheel as I get into Leo, as I get into a brand new energy. I know how to take what you're giving me forward, and I know how to create out of that. I know how to get it. I know how to creatively take action. It's going to be different. There may be some static with how I choose to do it. I'm good with that. I'm in my power. I'm good with that. I can still do it. I can make that change necessary. I can change the wheel. Oh, here's another Two of Cups again. And the water, balance, masculine, feminine, right? We've got all of this energy. So, it's a taking action creatively. It's a dreamy, watery day. This is the 15th. It would be a great day to be around some water, really honoring and paying homage to the water deities, Yemoja, Olokun, any, like, even if all you have access to is maybe not the beach, but you can get to a river or a lake, you can pay homage to Oshun, Orege Ye Oshun, and just have this wonderful, intentional relationship with water and how water flows in your life. We are water. We're 70% water. Paying homage to the systems that work with water around you and with you. And know that in your dreamscape, you can take action. You can be creative. It doesn't have to be the way with this Five of Wands. It doesn't have to be the way you've done it before, and it doesn't have to be the way that everybody else does it. There is something new with this wheel and this fool. There is something new here for you to take forward as Mars finishes his time in Cancer and goes into Leo. All right. That is all we have for the week with the astrology and the tarot. I'm going to put this over here and we are going to get our guidance cards. So I think we are going to get a guidance card on where your time being like this concept that we've been talking about with this whole week is like how can like what is the guidance around this week, how to change those habits, how to set those boundaries, how to where your time is being best spent, how to like navigate through that. So we have again the Whispers of Love Oracle here. And let's see what card comes out for the collective Whispers of Love. What message of guidance do you have for this week for the collective? Well, that is, we're going to go with one card, please. What message do you have for the collective? Thank you. All right. All right. Obviously, there's a story. Obviously, we're rolling with it. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's see where we come out as. Do something for someone. There's that Six of Pentacles again. Give your attention to another. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have fundamental need to take a break. First initial thing, look, very Taurus, very ocean, very water, very Neptune and Pisces, very Mars, Venus, Cancer. Be willing to express love to receive love. And here's a mixture of all of that together. We have earth and water incredibly present in this card. Now we'll see why they wanted everything. And then have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. So let's see what messages come out. So for do something for someone. Again, this is on how we work through these things of this week, setting boundaries, time, where our times are being spent, changing those habits, and doing something for someone. Give your attention. Put this up for everybody. Beautiful. Give your attention to another. When you do something kind for someone, you create an opportunity for your relationship to be re-energized. How can you be considerate towards someone today? How do you react, right? We talked through that. Insignificant things can have a big impact. Imagine how amazing your life will be when you are consistently doing kind and loving things for others. Doing something for someone, it does not need to be someone you are close to or that you see every day. You might choose to do something for someone you don't even know. Just choose someone and do something nice for them. There are so many ways to act with kindness. Open a door for someone who has their arms full. Greet everyone you see. Never underestimate the power of a smile or a positive attitude. Put extra change in a parking meter. It doesn't take much to change someone's day. Nature's child lovingly pets a rabbit while other animals gather around. Rabbits are a signifier of compassion. They are also, we had our Sabbats, right? They're also very prominent in the Sabbat energy. They remind you to look inside for the tools you already have. The deer is here to emphasize limitless kindness. Take a moment to consider how wonderful it is to give to someone. Brighten someone's day is a wonderful experience. As I was reading through that, I did get the message that these are going to be 4 different cards, and this is where you need to use your discernment in understanding what messages are for you, what messages are not. So these are not for the entirety of the reading, although you could gain messages throughout each one, but they're kind of stand on their own, that there are 4 different ways that this is going to be present for the collective that watches this. So let's head over to rest and relaxation is essential. Put this up. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. You are at your best when all aspects of your life are balanced. Love yourself and the people in your life enough to create an environment where everyone has the opportunity to take care of their needs. You are your best. You are at your best and able to fully appreciate all that life offers when you are well rested. When you are under a lot of stress, your muscles respond and become tense. Be aware of what stress feels like for you and implement some relaxation techniques to keep things from escalating. Your ability to calm down and relax will improve with practice. Again, uncomfortable at first, better after action. It is important to recognize and address your needs. Do not wait until you are completely depleted before you stop for rejuvenation. Make relaxation a part of your day. Give your mind and muscles a much needed rest. A mermaid dreams as she lies on the ocean floor and a pod of dolphins swim overhead. The pale green hue of the artwork highlights the need to take time to heal. Dolphins have an innate ability to go into a beta state for rest after a long night of hunting. What is your ideal relaxation? Allow rest and relaxation to be part of your life. All right, next card. Be willing to express love. Let's get there. All right, 6. Take a sip. All right, be willing to express love. Express love to receive love. You are a genuinely loving individual. Expressing love to others helps them feel supported, respected, and cared about. As you practice this custom, you will become more loving. When you want to be more loving, it is easy to recognize ways of doing so. One way to express love is through eye contact. Hi. Your eyes are the most expressive part of your body. Making eye contact when you are speaking with someone tells them that you see, hear, and appreciate them. Try making eye contact with others a daily practice. It is easy to become distracted by our busy lives, but a moment of eye contact can make a world of difference to those who you communicate with. One message coming in right now, that can also be making contact with yourself in a mirror. A young sea nymph makes eye contact with a small mermaid sitting in a seashell. The seashell represents the spiritual gifts you possess. The feathers on the sea nymph's head are about giving thanks for showing appreciation. Mermaids are usually a symbol of love. Share eye contact with those you speak to and see how it deepens your connection. Love that. And then let's head over to have faith. All right, hello. Butterfly energy. Trust your faith in this situation. When we honestly believe things will work out, our faith will confidently see us through. The angels are with you, and divine support is something you can have complete faith in. Simple truths will give you the answers you are looking for. Love is an act of faith. It can be challenging to move forward when you aren't sure what the outcome will be. Stay present with whatever is in front of you right now. Your competence and ability may provide the calm and confidence you need to keep going. You may have doubts or fear when you take a step forward or make a decision, but faith gives you the courage to continue. Even setbacks can impart valuable knowledge, experience, and positives. We love failing spectacularly. Fail spectacularly. Take accountability of that. Make your adjustments, grow, and move forward. A fairy holds onto ribbons attached to a multitude of butterflies and is hoisted into the air. Butterflies usually signify a transformation is taking place. They can also be a symbol of your soul or the essence of who you are. That's that North Node energy. Just as the fairy safely and confidently floats over the expansive landscape below, you will move calmly through the situation at hand. Remember, a little faith is all you need right now. So that is the messages. Again, just to reset that expectation, we have 4 different messages. So take what resonates, leave what does not. If you got a little bit of mixture of messages through the cards, totally fine. But these are 4 individuals. So what we are going to do is we are going to end the reading with the Romance Angels Oracle cards. We're going to pull 1 for each of these, and that will conclude our Twitchy Tuesdays and this week of boundaries, time, habit changes, consumption, all of those things. All right, let's see what we have here. What is the message, Spirit, for this first card? Do something for someone. What is the accompanying message? Ooh, wedding, love, All right. What is the accompanying message for rest and relaxation is essential? Let go of control issues. Heard. All right. What do we have for be willing to express love? Getting to know each other. And what do we have for nothing? Thank you. This could be the one. Yes. All right. Put that there. Okay. So underneath, do something for someone. If that was the card that aligned with you, we have wedding here. The situation involves marriage. Let me get to the right page. Okay. All right. You drew this card because of an upcoming wedding, your own or someone else's. It comes to you because marriage plays a role in the answer to your question. For some people, this card could be a validation that you will get married and ask you to keep the faith and continue enjoying your life without worrying about your future marital status. For others, this card signals that you'll meet a significant other at an upcoming wedding or experience something there that will lead to a new romance for you. It can also represent your parents' marriage. Remember, we're in Cancer right now. We've got Venus in Cancer, Mars in Cancer, and the way it affected your feelings and beliefs around relationships. This could be where your time's being spent, where your boundaries, where your changing of habits are. In a few cases, this card asks you to look at your present and past marriages and review your feelings with the intention of healing your heart and your relationship. Perhaps it is time to enlist a marital counselor to help you both sort out how you feel, and sometimes this card can signal the end of a marriage, in which case the angels support everyone involved as you come to an understanding about the experience and renew your heart's willingness to love. All right, so underneath, rest and relaxation is essential. If that is the card that was speaking to you, we have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. The romance angels have heard your prayers about your love life. Now it's up to you to allow their help to manifest by stepping out of their way. Obviously, rest and relaxation. By trying to control other people or external circumstances, you're only frustrating yourself and slowing down your answered prayer. There are plenty of times in life that call for you to take charge, but this isn't one of them. Of course, it's fine to have your preferences, practice visualizations, and hold intentions. Definitely ask the angels for your desires. This card is a reminder, however, that your prayer may be answered differently from what you had in mind. Love that message. Be open to all possibilities and trust in God's infinite wisdom and compassionate love. Control issues are based upon fears that others, including God, won't live up to your expectations. I think we need to repeat that again. Control issues are based upon fears that others, including God, won't live up to your expectations. This is also called outlining, and that is in quotes, where you hand the universe a script of how you want it and everyone to behave. Outlining could cause you to overlook an even more beautiful way in which your prayers may be answered. Again, I love that. God's plan, your plan. Very, very, very different. So please call upon the romance angels to elevate your levels of trust so you can enjoy the creative avenues by which true love comes to you. I see some people in the chat. Tarot Destroyer, thank you for joining. Christopher, thank you for joining. You said, I'm the fish that the world is stressing about. Get in the pond and go swim freely, my friend. And LOL, I think there is very few women that want this to be real. Okay? Depends upon where they are and what work they want. And let's just be honest, that could also apply for men too. All right, so going now over to being willing to express love. If that was the card that was calling to you, let's talk about getting to know each other. 37. All right, so getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. The romance angels are guiding you to create intimacy with your partner by revealing your true feelings, your dreams and desires, and the other innermost aspects of yourself. You discover commonalities and learn new ways of relating. And I'm getting very clearly that this is obviously this is a romance angel deck. It's imbued with intention to be that romantic, intimate partnership. But I'm also getting with this message, especially being willing to express love and receive love, that may not only be this message of, revealing your true feelings, your dreams, your desires. That could also be with other relationships that you have. Again, we are in Cancer. We've got that fourth house, that house of family. It may be revealing to those sorts of relationships, the things that you are feeling, etc., as you figure out where your boundaries need to sit. If you're presently in a relationship, this card is a message of healing through honest dialogue. It is particularly true if you stuff down feelings instead of discussing them with your partner. Perhaps sitting together with a counselor will give you the strength and support to admit them. Regardless, this card clearly guides you towards holding deep and honest discussions for the benefit of your loved one, for the benefit of your heart. So, last one, have faith. This could be the one. If that was your card that you were aligning with, let's get into the romantic message. All right, you've already met the romantic partner you seek. This card signals that you've already met the person you romantically seek. Have faith, have faith. Perhaps you're already in a relationship with him or her. The romance angels send you this card because it seems you're not recognizing or enjoying the full potential of this person and relationship. Sometimes you may overlook someone who's meant for you because you have a different idea of what your partner should look like. This is now 2 cards with a very similar message, right? Not your way. Allow, have that faith. Allow, let go of the control issues. Have faith. There we go. Or act like. Take a moment to consider who this might be. The first person to come to mind is probably the one. Next, invite the romance angels into your dreams as you're going to bed. Ask them to give you very clear information. We still have Mercury retrograde. Great suggestion. Ask them to give you very clear information about your romantic partner, either in your present relationship or a future one. During sleep, you're more open to angelic guidance. When you awaken, you may not remember your dreams, but you will have a clearer sense of romance and partnership. This is where that faith comes in, that faith in self, that you do interpret and understand these messages. Take any action you feel called to based on your inner guidance. Faith. Even if it seems unrelated to your love life. Trust that the angels are leading you towards the one you desire. All right. There you have it. And Christopher, I see you in here. She's not in the town I live in. If she must be very far away. Have faith, my friend. The universe is working if that is in your intention list, and if you are becoming the person that can receive the relationship that you desire the most, and you are becoming that person, maybe it's you that needs to move. So just something to think about. Not saying it is, but just something to throw out there, planting those seeds for the future. And that is your reading. Boom. We are done for this Twitchy Tuesday. Let me get back to this chatting screen so we can say goodbye to everybody. Let me, again, doing what we're doing here, actually honoring the cards. Let me look you in your eyes. Tell you thank you so much for joining me. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the follow button if you are joining live on Twitch. We've got goals. We are here. We are doing our work. We are going through this energy with you, healing, thriving, and growing all the time. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, as a reminder, next week for Twitchy Tuesdays, I will be traveling, so we are going to do a live Twitchy Tuesday over the weekend. The only way you're going to know is if you subscribe, so that way you can get the alert for when I go live, because I am not sure when this weekend I am going to do it. I am leaning more heavily towards Sunday, but you definitely do not want to miss next week, whether that's live or on the replay, because it is a huge energetic shift. We are welcoming Jupiter into Taurus, so you will definitely want to take a listen to that. And I believe next week is the new moon as well. I believe so. So don't want to miss it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.